All right, I've got everything cut, and now I'm going to put them into my crock. And actually, I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and put the peppercorns and the mustard seed and all of this in the bottom, because I feel like as things kind of ferment, they'll bubble up. So, get that in there. And now, let's just put these little cucumbers in there. I don't know if they're going to fit laid that way tightly or just in there. I don't know. I think they'll do all right. Let's see. And then, I think I've mentioned before my really good foodie friend who was a huge fermenter. She was super into fermenting. She told me one time, because she gave me a crock like this one, only brown. And she told me one time about the little weights that come with them. That'll do all right. Let me kind of get those lined out a little bit more. Maybe I'll put those onions in between to kind of hold some space in there. That's what I'll do. But she was telling me one time that she takes brine and pours over her weights because they're a little bit porous, and she felt like that kind of kept them from just absorbing brine out of the water, which kind of makes sense to me. So anyway, let me get some of these onions up around these guys, and then I'm just going to put the brine in. So hang on, let me organize these in here, and then I'll be right back. All right, there we go. I worked some of the onions up in between them, kind of gives them space and helps them stand. Now, I will put the weights on, but I have to have something else down. And some people will use like a grape leaves or a cabbage leaf or whatever, but you know those silicone bowl toppers? I have a bunch of them, and I don't like to use them on bowls. In my refrigerator, I can never get the right size. I put it in my fridge, and the next thing you know, it's getting knocked off. I'm just not a fan. So what I've done is I've taken a couple of them and cut them down the size of different containers. So, here we go. Now, my instructions say, so wedge in the cucumbers so that they stay in place. Pour enough brine to cover the vegetables. The slices won't stay wedged like whole pickles, but tucking in a few grape leaves over the top will help everything stay. But that's what I'm going to use my silicone bowl cover for. If you don't have something like that, it says that you could use plastic wrap. And then for a crock, you can cover with, you could put a plate on there, kind of like a little plate if you just had a whole open topped crock. Then it says set aside on a cookie sheet to ferment or a baking sheet out of direct sunlight and cool for 4 to 7 days. Check daily to make sure everything's still submerged under the brine, and we can start to taste it on day 4. So I am going to pour the brine in and make sure it's all covered all the way up. That looks fantastic. See there? Yes. Now I'm going to put my little silicone-y thing in there. My little bowl cover, because it's awesome. It works great. All right, under the edge there. Excellent. And the edges kind of flip up so that they kind of curve along the edge. There we go. There we go. And now, see how that looks? See there? And now I'm going to put these weights on there. There's one in there, and there's 2. I might not even need 2. I don't think I will. Actually, I'm not going to put 2 because it's pretty tight already. I'm just going to put this on here. The one will be fine. A little peppercorn. Anyway, that one will be fine because it's just going to hold everything down in there. Excellent. I'll just put that right in the center like that. You see? And it'll be wonderful. Now, I'm going to put my lid on, and this creates one of those liquid barriers. They call it a water lock. And it's got these little divots, so the gases can come out and go bloop right out the side. And I'll check this every day to make sure that the brine, I'm going to show you. I'll check this every day to make sure the brine is filled along the side here. So let me fill this up. There we go. See there? So now that is sealed with that water lock, and you can just come up and lift it straight up, and that's everything's ready right there for you to check. So I'm just going to come every day and check and make sure nothing's floating here, like those little bits right there. And then I'm going to let it go, and we will check it on day 5. So there you have it. Garlic pickle slices, and we'll see what they're like on day 5. So, as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.